neighbors hate me. They're gonna put me in
Is it
jail.
recording through the camera?
But this money, I probably could have got away with it. So, all right. So first,
Starting out to be September to remember, isn't it?
September. Okay. So what we really wanted to start off on is getting back to sometimes the basics, right? So social media is good, but sometimes I think we forget about, like for me and Joel, I grew my business up to triple diamond with no social media. Can you guys believe that? Like that's crazy. So people are like, okay, well what did you do? So a lot of the first things we did is I didn't personally have a wrap party, but I had people have a wrap party for me. So don't think that necessarily has to be a wrap party for yourself. It can be how can I get other people to host a wrap party? And it can be 3 or 4 people. You just want people to show up. So, hey, there's wrap parties. So what I was good at was getting in front of that new distributor and getting me in front of their people's people and then booking parties from there. So Steph, I know you've had a couple wrap parties and so that's great. I think the next step that we'll want to go to is how do we book from that actual party too? You guys like to know kind of some of those things? So
There used to be a contest when we first got started for who could book the most parties from a party in succession. And basically what they were doing is they would start with party number 1. And a distributor signed up at that party. And they're like, okay, we're going to have your launch party next Friday. So then they go to that party. And then from that party, another distributor signs up. And they're like, okay, we're going to have yours on Tuesday. And they did that all the way down. And I think the actual winner did 18 successive parties from starting from one party.
that's awesome. So I think we just sometimes forget to ask. So that's usually the missing link. But what I want you to know, so some people are new, some people just maybe need a refresher of what do you need at wrap parties. So I brought some things just to show you on how what's important to bring. And even if you're brand new, you have everything in your kit that you can use. So don't feel like you don't have the stuff. So your wraps, you're going to have. If you don't get the mini defining gels if they're on back order, then you have a $20 product credit. Get some defining gel and maybe some fat fighters. So I always bring. This is my plastic cup that I always bring for my fat fighter demo. We always want to show that at the party. And I always crush just a couple and have prepared before I come so that I can show that with vegetable oil and water. And then other couple things that I have is the greens. So one packet, and you guys don't need these cups, but if you're wondering where to get these, have you guys seen these at all? You can order these little shot glasses at myitworkstore.com. So this, I was like, oh my gosh, we need to have these. I don't know, I just think they're super cute. So you can mix a whole one of these packets in and then give a sample of the green. So technically everything that I have at a wrap party is right on this table. So wraps, defining gel because people want to touch it right, green so they can taste it. Maybe you have some greens to choose. If you don't have this stuff, we're going to talk about how to get some of this product and maybe have your upline share a couple. Where is my green shields? So I'll have these out with me as well. And then sometimes you even do the essential bars. But what we're going to do is call them a sample party. You guys are going to give everybody a sample of something because people want free, right? So how do we get people to commit to coming to a wrap party?
How many have had a wrap party of 0? Yep. Wrap party of 1. That's a one-on-one. Those are best. We call those trainings.
But I really do, and I don't really do anything any different for those either because we're going to do a training. We're going to go through the party pad, which is, you guys can have this too. So that picture that Laura had just had up there was me doing a party at a Panera Bread. So there's no excuses when people are like, I don't want to really have it at my house, or if they're hesitant, it could be because they don't want to feel like they have to clean their whole entire house, because let's be real, everybody wants to do that before they have a party, and who really has time to do that? So we're going to take all excuses away from them. Now we can have it at Panera, Starbucks, a Big B. You only need a table, guys. Just promise me this. Don't do a party at Panera Bread at noon. That was when I did our party. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're kidding, right? We made it work. We got there an hour early because you can't reserve tables. But, you know, you could do BW3s, McDonald's, whatever. I know it sounds crazy, but just get in front of their people. And I had everything out, and we just sampled some stuff. How we got people to the party. I think that's, for some people, I get this question a lot, is what do I do to get people to actually commit to the party? Like, that's a big deal. Like right now, we had 100 tickets sold and look around the room, right? People give excuses. So we have to figure out what is priority, what time of the day works best for people. It's probably one of the last nice days, there's art prize going on, so I know there's things going on, but you guys committed to coming here to learn, to grow your business.
So you're all gonna be rich, just
Yes.
saying.
So, Monday.
Sorry for their luck.
So wrap parties generally during the week, Monday through Thursday, are usually better because what happens is people have their weekends, and let's be real, people work, so they want their weekends to themselves. And I'm not saying you don't have to do weekend parties because maybe that's best for you, but if you can have them during the week and only an hour, you're going to tell them it's only going to take an hour. All they have to do is have water, and if you're there longer than an hour, I promise people aren't going to walk out. You're going to take more time than needed.
A great statement is, don't you want to get out of the house from your kids and your husband? That normally happens on a Tuesday and Wednesday like that, when you
Yeah.
put that statement out there, like, haven't you been with them all week? They're like, you're right, I need to go.
I'm sorry. This whole restaurant thing caught me off guard because I'm just playing the whole scenario out in my head of me wandering into a restaurant and like setting up all my stuff on a table. I mean, what are these people? They don't cut. The restaurants don't like come at you like, what do you do? I mean, you call and say, hey, can I borrow a table to have a?
No.
How do you go about this?
You show up, you have your little
You show
iPad
up,
catalogs
you
laid
get a
out
coffee,
each.
Right.
and you grab a
table.
table, just like everybody else.
Yeah.
And they don't.
People
they
have
don't take
meetings
your chairs
No, people have meetings all day long. They want people there because what happens when you have butts and seats? People buy stuff. So if they have butts and seats, they're probably going to buy a coffee or a sandwich or anything else. So eliminate all excuses right now. Like, they're going to show up. So that's the
I'm
whole
totally
idea.
for it. I was just like thinking. I'm just like thinking about these managers like.
No,
you
they
can't
don't
use all
care.
of our chairs.
Yeah,
and
they'll-
they're like,
Yeah, I know
"Yes,
that's
right."
Do you know how
They're
many
looking at you
people
going,
go-
oh, you're gonna have like 6 or 7 people here, this is awesome.
The reason why Starbucks has free Wi-Fi is so people go to work there because they're more likely to buy something if they can go work in a quiet area, and then they're like, oh, I need a coffee or I'm hungry now, right?
Okay.
So they want you. It's a business little meeting,
Right.
and I honestly did the party in 30 minutes. I'm fast.
Right.
So you don't need to be fancy, you
Right.
guys. I don't bring this tablecloth or anything like that. I brought, I'm going to show you. I brought catalogs. So I brought catalogs and I brought customer sheets and I had them already at each table with the little greens cup out. And I didn't pour the greens because I wanted them to actually see me mix it and watch me how to pour it out. So I did that, then I gave them everything else. Their pens were sitting there, ready to go. As soon as they sit down, tell them to fill out their name, address, email, and phone number. And I tell them, you know what, the girl that invited you probably knows this information, but we just want to make sure that we have it down. If they're going to write it down, you're going to get a customer distributor. I promise you. It's the craziest thing I know. But when they start filling it out, it's like they're starting to become that customer.
Their
Assume
form is
the
their
sale.
sign-in sheet.
So this is, yes, this is my sign-in sheet. I don't have a sign-in sheet. And now they have everything that's in the catalog right in front of them. So what I tell them is I'm going to go through some of my favorite products and packages, and with that pen I want you to star on the side what you think catches your attention. Or if you're reading through the catalog, something that, oh, I need to ask her a question if I don't go over it, I can help them when I'm helping them check out. Does that make sense? So I have, is that a new order form? That is a new order form. Did they put it out?
Yep.
Yes. Yes, so we have new customer forms, and that's why it's so small on one side. But yeah, now it's not all crumpled up. Yes, so this is good. These boards, if you want, you can get them at myatworkstore.com too. I didn't know what these things were for when I got them, and now I'm like, oh, I love them because I could put everything right in my little board for them. And I didn't used to do this or give catalogs to everybody, but I'm feeling like they can star it and they can actually see and actually read. Enhances and tightens tones and firms appearance of your skin with deep moisturizing gel that helps fight the appearance of cellulite and improves the appearance of your skin's texture. So
Did
it's
you
giving
guys
you
catch that?
What?
Does everybody know how to read? You can do a party.
I said that pretty quickly. So let me see. It's vital. So if somebody wanted the minerals. Keeps those bones strong and your heart healthy with this premium mineral blend, including a superior combination of vitamin D, vitamin K, K2 to ensure increased calcium absorption. So we don't need to remember everything. You know, we have a little product description right here. So that's why I've been giving it to them so they can flip through as I'm going through my party pack. So is that helpful?
Yeah.
Like, I'm all about saving you guys money, but I think when you're at a party or you're at a one-on-one, you're going to get a customer distributor because everything you need to know is right here. So
A lot of
take the
people don't know
time.
it's not just wraps too, so.
Yeah.
Yes, and I think that's it. You know, we can really be creative, and we're gonna give you some other ideas and stuff on, spa events, maybe essential oils party. So we're gonna share those types of things, because yes, people know about the wrap, but they don't realize we have so many other amazing products. So everybody should have one of these, right? You guys all have one. If not, I might have a couple that I'll leave, so you can have one. But save it, so at least you have it right, you know, master copy or something, so you have that. But I want you guys to start doing that. I think you'll have more success with it. And then it kind of shows you already the retail loyal customer program without even having talking about it. It's already programmed in their mind. So everything that I needed when I walked into Panera Bread, I actually brought this bag. I kind of liked it because it was a little bit bigger for me. And I just pulled everything out. And then if you haven't, this is old school, and I think Laura's going to pull them up, but before and afters, right? What's happening is people are like, well, I'm seeing the photos, but I don't believe them. So if you actually have real photos of yourself, of your before and after, do you think people will believe it if it's you? So we're going to talk about being a product of the product too, because that's going to change your whole entire business. But this is everything that I bring in to my parties, so nothing fancy. Where's my party pad? And then I just go right through it, and I just tell them, you know, it's easy. You can put it on anywhere. If you want to try one right now, it's $25. You can do that. And honestly, I haven't even been wrapping people at parties. We're like, what? And that's just because I know that we want them to at least have 4. And if you don't know why, if you go tanning, how many times do you go tanning before you get kind of that golden brown you want? 3, 4, 5, 6 times, right? So the wrap, we want them to get the full 4 treatment. So let's get you as a customer so that you can get your results with the full 4. So how I got the people to the party was, this is important, is every guest that you bring is going to get a sample. We're going to cut up one wrap, and I would say for you guys, don't get overwhelmed with a 20 people party. 4 to 5 people, because this way you can give a sample of the individual wrap. Cut it into 5, 6 pieces, and now everybody can try it. They can try it on their neck and chin. If they wanted to, they can put it on their stomach. But what I also want you to do is have a dried wrap out, so one that you've used, and you can show the size, because if you show, I think I gave it away. It's all good, I do know my stuff. So if I were to give you a little sample, like if you're like me, this little section is not going to do what I want it to do. So how do I get that? Well, for $20 today, you can upgrade and get a wrap to try.
You get all this.
You know, you guys don't have to do $25 for your wrap. Just up, you know, $20, because you're there to get customers and
Well, what's funny
distributors.
is if you actually unfold a wrap and you just cut it along the lines of the fold, it gives you 6 pieces. And when you show up at a party with 6 pieces, people look at that and they're like, well, what am I going to do with this? Well, it's a sample. You're going to try it, and you can try it wherever you want. But honestly, for today only, if you upgrade for $20 more, you can get the full thing and do it that way.
So does that make sense? Yes.
If you're gonna do the sample wrap, would you cut that beforehand or would you cut that in front of everybody?
Either way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to you. It's easy to cut right in front. Usually I'll just have the person stand and hold, and then I'll just cut it. So whatever, you know, if you want to knock out time, you could do that. But there might be people that don't even want to wrap the sample one. So you could just already just have the individual and then do it that way. So I've done that where I haven't even had to do an individual or a sample, and everybody's done the bigger piece.
If
yes.
they upgrade to the wrap, then do you wrap them there or do you send them with the wrap?
You can do either. I mean, I think it all comes down to confidence. Some people are like, oh, here, Lord, I want this wrap to work so bad, right? Like, what if it doesn't work? What if it does? So I'm confident either way because I know that it works. So if they want a quick wrap, I'm like, all right, who wants a quick wrap? Let's do it. And then we'll all come back, or I have them do it themselves. And if they do want one before they leave, go ahead and send it. You know, send it with them. It's easy to do. And I can just show them. You guys can show them how easy it is. Unfold, put it on, and then put Pig Saran wrap or whatever you have, or Fab Wrap to wrap that.
So just to let you guys know how this came about, I was in a business networking group and somebody was doing a charity auction. And I'm like, sweet, I will do a gift certificate for a sample spa party. So went online, typed in blank gift certificate, put in all the information, put Steph's contact information in, stapled a card to it, sent that in for the thing. She gets a call and she's like, what am I supposed to do? I'm like, just cut one up and bring it to them and let them sample it. She was mortified. She's like, what did you sign up for?
Giving stuff away. I
Yeah.
can't do this. Like, this doesn't make sense to me. And everybody became customers, you guys. Every single person, they all upgraded to a wrap. I was like, this is the best party I've ever had. And the reason why is, do you ever see where people are like, can you donate to school auctions or whatever? Yes, you can. You're gonna do what he did. You're gonna go print off a gift certificate and they're gonna bid on it. And you're gonna put a value, they don't know, $300 value. They don't know really what they're getting, but they're getting a spa party, $300 value with 5 of their other friends. And that's what he did. So somebody bid on it. So of course,
Yeah, it was totally worth $300
so
to
of
me.
course people are coming. Of course people are coming because somebody had bid on it and they really believed and wanted to try the product. So they didn't even know what they were coming to. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
So that's an idea on how to get some more wrap parties. But how I got them there, as I told the girl, because I was going down to Florida, I said, this is how you're going to get people to the party. Every single person that comes that actually is in attendance is going to get a free gift, but they must be in attendance for the free gift. Do you think that people will come if they get something for free? It's just how our brain works. So that you don't have to do this cup because I didn't have any of the dollar store ones, but go to the dollar store. You don't have to do anything fancy, guys. Just get a green water bottle or whatever, and then put a greens sample in there, and you can give that to them. You can even put it in a bag to hide it. They don't know. It's like the freaking grab bags, right? People love those grab bags. Like kids are like, I need the grab bag, and it's like a little spider, like ring. You know? Like, okay, I just spent $5 on that. Awesome. So that's the idea, is just to get people there. And you could do other samples if you want. If you want the Grinch Choose, the Wow, but we have little things that you can do. So everybody should be going to the dollar store today, and you know, if you spend $10 and all of a sudden you get 4 or 5 loyal customers and distributor at a party, is it worth it?
And here's another thing that you can do too is, if you have a cup and you have different things that you can sample, you've already gone over them through the party. So you've got a thing that has greens in it, you've got a thing that's got wow in it, you've got, so people are looking at it like, well, I really want to try that wow. She was talking about it, like, okay, well, the first person to sign their, well, a customer sheet today gets the first choice of all the goodie bags. Now they're like, I want to get that wow before that other girl does. Mine's done. Okay, you get to choose first. I mean, you create a panic because somebody wants a 99-cent sample.
It's true.
It's sheer madness.
So,
I've seen it.
so the
Women will
idea,
sell a child, a kidney, a skinny in 45 minutes for $25. That's how we got here.
so the idea is really giving some things away. And there's could be other things that you go to the dollar store and you're like, maybe I don't even want to do it work stuff or, you know, samples, just things to get people there. And the idea again is butts and seats, make them go, I want to become a customer or distributor. Oh, you don't have a ton of stuff that you brought to Panera Bread. I can totally do this business out of my purse. Less is best, you guys. This is actually, I mean, this looks like a ton of stuff, but it's really not.
That's a lot for you though.
That's what I was like,
It is
this is
a,
way too much.
well, that's why I kind of went to this, because usually it's in my bag and it's all right here, but all the coupons, everything that I need are right here. My catalog, wadded up, my wrap, so it looks like a lot, but I just like this.
I've seen Stephanie come to a house, she did 15, wrap party 15, out of her purse. She pulled out a box of wraps, and we had some wraps, and then a bottle of Fat Fighters. And that was the party. And all of them became loyals. So,
I feel like it's my passion for it. When you fall in love with something, right, people can sense that. And so I know that the stuff works. It's just a matter of figuring out what they want. And so as I'm going through it, I just keep telling them, okay, what's your priority at the end? Are you looking to tighten? Maybe you want some more energy. What is that, so we can get you started with the right products for you? And really make sure that they know, text you to let them know how they're doing. I tell them to make sure that they're vocal with me because we can adjust at any time. So
And here's the nerd greenness behind a party. How many times do you have to post before somebody actually talks to you? Well, you really don't know because you really have no way of measuring it. You know, you posted something and you posted and posted and posted and posted and posted, posted and posted, posted. Finally, somebody signs up. when you get somebody at a party, we know that the numbers are 80% of people join on the spot. So you took a closing ratio from 0.00001% to 80%, that's going to explode your team and explode your bank account. And that's why we're trying to tell people that parties are the fastest way that you can grow your business, because it gets you in front of people that you normally wouldn't have been able to get in front of. Because think about this, that person that you're going and doing a party for, you're not even connected to their circle of influence on social media. So there's no way you would have ever had access to that group of girls until you actually went to that party. And then when you're at that party, if they're not signing up as a distributor or a customer, you're getting their information, so now you're in their circle of influence on Facebook. So it's a twofold deal, is parties will expand your business not only in real life, but also in Facebook life. And this is my favorite thing, is everyone's trying to figure out how to beat the social media algorithms. Well, just get out in public, because in public there is no algorithm, there's just people. So the more people you can get in front of, the better it is.
Yes.
Sorry, so my ratios are not 80% signups for LCs or distributors. And I feel like right now you're giving us bits and pieces and ideas. And I feel like that's how my rep parties tend to go, is like this thing and then that thing, and there isn't like a sequential flow to it.
Okay, so are you using the party pad?
I do use the party
Okay.
pad, but I still manage to get lost in like the Fat Fighter demo, and then somebody decides halfway through it that they want to rap, and then these two are talking over there, and then it just like, it's like a back and forth thing as opposed to a flow, and I feel like maybe I'm missing that flow.
So as you do more and more, you create your flow. So there can be pure chaos going on, and I ignore it and I keep going through it. Otherwise, you will get sidetracked and you don't know what you're doing. So
Then you have a 3-hour party and you're like, where did my day go?
And no one signed up.
Yeah.
And so I go through this, and if nobody has really rapped, I try to ask at the beginning, hey, did you know that you could rap for $25? Let's get the rap on you, because then you can sit with it on during the rap party. So that might be the missing link. So always ask them that way. If they haven't rapped, I just go with it. If nobody wants to rap, it's okay. We're just going to go through, because you have defining gel. They can smell it, they can feel it, and see what the rap actually feels like that way.
And also, don't take a break in the middle to rap somebody. I'm excited that you want to rap. We can get you one on you at the end of the party. You
Yep.
can take it home with you, because that's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to divide everything in the middle, and it's almost like you just had a break, and it's going to be hard to get. It's like wrangling cats to get everybody back together.
And the same thing, let them know, if you want the party to start at 7, say 6:45. So always give yourself, because people always come in late. That's just the way that people are like, oh, it's 1 o'clock, I can get there at 1, and then they're 5 minutes late or whatever. So I flip it to the next part, and I'm like, okay, this is what it does. Here's the before and after, and I just read through that, and then they're gonna revamp this, because this is where people can get lost, because they don't have Fat Fighters. They're talking about facials, which I don't even talk about facials, you guys. So I kind of ignore this a little bit, but I let them know we have the wraps at Titan Tone and Firm, kind of the sister product, the one that kind of help maintain and enhance your rep results, or the defining gel. And I'm going to pass that around right now, so that's usually when I do it. Let them feel it, smell it, and then I let them know we do have an amazing facial line. I don't go over that, but if you have questions, I'll go over that at the end. So that's when I usually do that. But I say also, this is where I do the Fat Fighter demo. So there's another amazing product. It's our second selling product, which is the Fat Fighter. And as a customer, it's only $23. So just let them know, 23 right there.
Look, crush.
So that's when I
That just happened?
would take a minute, slide over, and this is probably me. I would probably be standing at the table or whatever, being natural, or sitting with you at the table, pouring the water, doing the vegetable oil, pouring in the Fat Fighter, and then holding it up and going, oh, look at, it looks like cat litter. I wish I had this stuff, because what it does is absorbs all that fat. So, has anybody not seen the Fat Fighter demo?
That's how I became a rep.
So, who hasn't? I know, Steph, you haven't. We've never seen it. Okay, you can YouTube it, but if you have, do you have Fat Fighters? You need to do one at home. I don't think you have Fat Fighters. They'll send you with a couple. Crush them, pour half a glass of water in this, a little bit of vegetable oil, pour in your Fat Fighters crushed, and watch what it does. Now you have a visual.
And now you have a
Use
post.
vegetable oil because olive oil does not work.
Well, it did, because at Panera I didn't have vegetable
I
oil.
tried it, but it didn't work.
And I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work, but let's see, and it did, so I
Maybe
was
Maybe it
like,
depends on the type of olive oil you
Yep.
get.
yeah, I don't know if it worked. So that's when you're gonna do that, and that's when I sample the greens. So then I go into, there's a product that's not on here that's actually my favorite product, and it's called the greens. Detoxifies, alkalizes, gives you energy, and I'm gonna let you guys sample it. That's when I pull it out, sample it around, and then I might even put this down and then flip over and go. There's a couple other products. I'm not gonna go through all of the products for you guys today, but I want you to know a couple of my favorites in this. Which, if you're looking to lose weight and you work out pretty regularly and you want to enhance something, I would recommend the ThermoFit. That burns 278 calories when you take the ThermoFit. That's if you're working out, I would suggest that. If you're still eating, higher fat carbs, then I would take the Fat Fighter, which we just showed you. Another one of my favorite products that came out is the probiotic. So this has really helped me just kind of not feel so bloated, even more regular than I was. The greens helped me to be regular every day, but this has really helped me in that way. And then another hot product that people love is the hair, skin, and nails. So pick kind of your products, and that's where I would just flip it through. So that kind of looked natural what I just did, right? It's because I've done it a few times. So just highlight everything, and whatever your favorite is, do. Because they're going to be like, whoa, she's passionate about the cleanse or the system. And then we have the whole essential oils line that will have a slide. Is that after this one or no?
It's later.
Okay. So we're going to give you guys ideas on this because we don't even touch on this, so I want to give you some fresh ideas about that. So does that kind of help you flow through it? And everybody's parties are going to be different. So I kind of just go with it. At least you're talking about it. And I let them know, okay, well, there's a couple different options. You see that there's different prices on the loyal customer. To be a loyal customer, it's just 3 orders. So if you order wraps today, instead of $99, you're getting them for $59. And even those last 2 orders, you could do, as an example, an essential oil, which is the cheapest. 18. So for 15, eucalyptus. So if they did eucalyptus the last 2 orders, they're actually getting more product for the same amount of money as 1 box of wraps retail. Does that make sense? That's where your signups for loyals are like, oh, okay, yeah, I was already going to give $99 for just a one-time order. I might as well just be a loyal and get more product. So give them the lowest price. They don't have to get the oils. They could do Fat Fighters or whatever. But I'm like, if you say, well, most people do the loyal program because you're getting product. I would say 9 out of 10 people, actually probably higher than that, become loyals for it. If they're not becoming loyal customers, it's probably because they're scared to say they don't have money. Or they might say, well, I don't have the money right now. So on that loyal customer sheet, I'm like, and this happens to me a lot, where they might say, I don't get paid, and even at that party, a couple of them, it was a Wednesday we did the party, they're like, well, we don't get paid till Friday. I'm like, that's no problem at all. Go ahead and fill out your customer or your credit card number, and then right up here we'll get your package ready to go, and we'll just process your order on Friday when you get paid. That is the big one for people. If they say they don't have a credit card, okay, well then you can go buy a debit prepaid card, because that's another kind of an excuse that people would say. Does that kind of help? And if they're like, oh, I really want to try a product, maybe they're like, I really want to get that Fat Fighter, they don't know if I want to be a customer. Have them host a wrap party and say, if I get 4 customers from you, I'll give you a Fat Fighter. I mean, this is your business, so you really technically can do whatever you want to do with that. Does that kind of help the flow a little bit?
It's probably just a numbers thing, but the flow, yes. The flow,
Okay.
yes.
Yes.
Just a lot of people probably don't know this, but I had a gift card from AT&T, and I went in and I on one of my customers' accounts and put that in there and ordered product, and it accepted it.
For like their Fat Fighter for having a party or whatever.
Yeah.
You did that.
So it wasn't. They didn't have to buy a prepaid
Oh,
loaded
yeah, yeah.
Visa. It was a gift card that we got from the cable company.
Oh, yeah.
So then
yeah.
when-
So
Most of the time
that
they like
works
use their
too.
MasterCard.
So
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times people
Gift
have
cards
something
are-
like that in their back pocket that they're saving for
Right.
a special
So gift
occasion,
cards
to go out to dinner or whatever.
whatever.
That they
Yeah.
can use something like that too.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. But ratio just comes down to what are you most passionate about, letting them know. Most people, that's a key word. Most people become loyal customer, and then from there I'm like, you know, this is what most people do, but I never want to forget about the party, about being a distributor. You can see I don't have to have a big inventory of stuff. I just bought a few things that, you know, are really going to help you. Here it is. And then from there I let them know it's only $99. You're going to get 4 wraps, 4 mini defining gels, fab wrap, your product catalogs, your little, what's this, party pad, everything that you need in your kit, and save that box that it comes in. So if you want to bring that for a display or an expo, again, you guys have everything that you need. So I just let them know that. You can just read off what they get, and then I just let them know too, you know, if you think you know 4 people that might become customers, then I'll ask them. So I always have these printed off, and I love that Mickey's in the room because I did this. It was one of the first times I did it at my house, and I'm like, do you think you know 4 people that might become customers? She says yes. Give her the sheet. Do you think you know 4 people that might become customers? I give her the sheet. So anybody that's shaking their head yes, you have 2. And as you're doing the party too, be aware of the people that are really in tune to you. Because there's some that are talking, and you're like, well, they're not interested in anything. But the ones that are like shaking their head, they're watching you, start with them first. You think you know 4 people. Because that starts a domino effect.
Because if you go to negative Nancy first, she's like, no, and the next person will be like, I don't know.
And I can't remember if I started with Mickey or not, but she said no.
Yeah, because she's negative Nancy, of course.
So it was funny. So I went around, did
I was
this.
shocked.
I handed it like this, didn't I, to you, Mickey?
Yeah.
And I said, do you think you know 4 people? No. She was just like, no. So I took it away from her. She did not like the fact that I took it away.
It's like
She
steam.
did. She was like, seriously, everybody else
They don't
grabbed it,
think I
and
can
I'm the
do
only
it.
one that's not. Like, it makes her feel like, well, if they can do it, I can do this too. She's not going to tell me I can't. That was her attitude, so she ended up signing up because of that sheet. So that might help too. And you can always let them know, we can always schedule your wrap party right now. Because you have the stuff, right, to get in front of them. So we can always go ahead and just do that. So
Like Mike
hopefully
says,
that,
if you get a blue on the line, you're having a party that night. We'll just automatically think that everybody's a blue and they should be able to get together that night.
and then, you know, 3 people that might want to become distributors. So where do you get your hair done? Do you have a sister? Do you have a friend? You know, there's lots of different ways that we can work on the next step of being a distributor. But it makes it so simple if we're writing those down. So I have them write down, who do you think would be your customers? Your mom, your sister, friend. Like, just get them starting to write, because names will trigger. And then you guys know, I always do this, there's probably names that you still haven't written down that you think would be amazing distributors, or you haven't even contacted them yet. So make that your hit list of who do you want first. You know, let them know if you're a new distributor, who would I want to be on my team. So you just want to and so I just try to keep it simple, and then I show them, okay, there's an average income per month, but what is it, if you could make extra money with this, what would you want it to be? And I ask them, and I'm like, okay, well, there's a visual roadmap that will teach me, you know, how to help you get there. So we just want to know that, you know, it's an easy thing to do. So now you just have 2 choices. Become a customer, get my wholesale pricing, or you can become a distributor for $40 more and actually make money while using the product. So those are the options, yes.
I have a question. Well, what about someone like me? Like, I'm not from Michigan. I don't really know anybody here. So, like, what about somebody like you? Kind of get a party together. How does that?
So you take your kids to the park. So people are commenting on your stuff because I'm watching.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can actually have a party outside of the state. You could do let's do a online wrap party. You know, it doesn't have to be necessarily here, but if you have kids and you're meeting people at the park, you know, I have this.
This is a perfect way for you to make a new circle of friends.
Yep. You know,
And make money doing it. It's a win-win.
you're gonna have the Blitz card. You've got those in your kit. So go laminate it. Get a lanyard if you want. Put it on your bag or wear it. And now people are gonna be like, ask me, what is that?
Right.
So they're gonna start asking you what you do and go, oh, you know what? I have a great promo going on right now with spa parties. I would love to have you and 4 of your friends do a party, and I come and everybody gets samples of stuff and guests get things for free. So I feel like strangers are better. It's sometimes easier. So if you have kids, you don't have to do anything crazy, and you can just go out and get people's information that way.
Right.
On Facebook, start searching friends in your area, yes, perfect. On your keys.
When I go shopping, I pretend I can't find my stuff and I put my keys right there.
Right.
Like, I can't find my.
That's a
wallet.
good
Did everybody
idea.
do
That's a
that?
good idea.
She has it
Yeah.
attached to her keys, and anytime she's paying for something, she goes into her purse, like she can't find what she's looking for, takes her keys out, and lays them on the counter.
Genius.
Mind blown on that one, that's amazing.
That was Jake who first put.
Yep, so, I mean, there's lots of different ways, so the same thing, clip it on your purse, like mine's on my purse, it just creates, you know, that way, again, my purse is right in front of them, and they're like, oh, you're one of those rap girls, or what is it? You know, there's lots of
Right.
different ways that people are gonna kinda ask on that. So make sure that we're launching parties, maybe it's a new way that you're gonna create and do a new launch party, because we have a lot of new products, so why don't you just say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, I only have 4 spots for a select few, message me on what I have going on. You don't even need to say anything about your works. Like, curiosity sometimes sparks people's interest, right? You guys got what to bring, okay. So, any questions on wrap parties? You guys feel like you got some info on that? How to get new ones? Was there anything else that we need to go over on that? No? Yes?
Anything else that you